Hello, Sawadee Krap, as they say in Thailand. I'm back. Yeah, I'm going to do a video basically about my travels, about my experiences, and I haven't actually really planned out what I'm going to say. So much has happened within a month. It's so much in such a short amount of time. And there's a quote that says, when you travel, you'll learn more about, you'll experience more in the first week of travelling than you will in a month of living your normal day-to-day life. And that's very, very true. Don't worry, this isn't going to suddenly become a channel about my feelings and stuff like that, but I do feel like I need to talk about this because this is something that's happened. As I said, it's not planned. And yeah, I just feel like I have to get this out because I have never experienced so much in under a month. People, when it comes to travelling, only really see like the romantic part of it, and there's such a romanticism in pop culture, like films, movies, you know, books, stuff like that. There's such a huge romanticism of travelling. Seeing this beautiful sunset, someone walking along, this feeling of pure freedom, this feeling of freedom all the time and stuff like that. And it's hard. Travelling is so fucking hard. Like, it was one of the most amazing things I've ever done, and I will do it again. And I'm wearing my Thailand white person in Asia clothes as well, look. But you know, it's one of the most hardest things I've ever done, but one of the most amazing things I've ever done. Nobody sees when you're trying to book flights, you're trying to book trains and stuff like that. Nobody sees it when you get conned by travel agents. That will come up, don't worry. Nobody sees it when when you're running out of money frantically and you have to skip meals for a day or something like that. You know, there is so much hard stuff that comes to travelling. Like, there is so much hard attributes based around it, you know, or when you're sleeping in a dorm and 12 other people are there, and you have to not wake up the 12th person, you know, nobody sees that. But that part of the trip is still amazing. You know, people say that when you travel, you learn a lot. You know, you reevaluate your life. And when you're stood there shitting in a hole on the floor, you do start to evaluate your life. You know, you really do start to fucking evaluate things. Am I happy back home? What makes me happy? What makes me do this? You know, you really do start to evaluate your life. Or, you know, when you get robbed, you do learn lessons, you do learn a lot. Don't worry, after this video, we'll go back to traditional witchcraft, I absolutely promise, but as I said, I feel as if I need to get this out. So, I'm going to start from the beginning, and you'll have to bear with me. Sorry. Dylan was scratching on the tank. So we left and nothing felt real. It didn't feel real. And the thing is, like, it's a different culture. Like, ultimately, I have never been to Asia before. I have never experienced Asia before. And so we got there and there was just electric lines. I'm talking like 20 electric lines bunched up, all in one go. There were live wires just hanging on the street like zzz, zzz, and I was like, what the fuck? There were 5-year-old kids on bikes with no crash helmet, with their mums behind them smoking a fag, you know, no crash helmets, people with 10 boxes on motorcycles, people sleeping in boxes on the street. It was so different, and it was literally just like, what the fuck is going on here? And when you get to Bangkok, like when we was at Bangkok, people in Thailand are actually quite racist to white people because they assume that all white people have money. And compared to Thailand, we do, but nowhere near as much as they think we have. But yeah, it's absolutely crazy. It really is mental because people grab you on the street and it's literally all the time like, my friend, come here, we want a suit, you want a suit, come on. Oh, come on, ping pong show. And you're like, fuck, like, and people are grabbing you and you're just like, you know, sounds really diva-ish, but I don't like being touched. I hate being touched by strangers. And at first I was stopping and talking to each one, but you just can't, because there are a lot of people that are out to con you and rob you. We actually got robbed by a travel agent, and it made me realise just how fucking corrupt Thailand is. In one sense, I'm not going to sit here and slag the country off because I'm not, but there were a lot of elements of Thailand that I found backwards. Like, for instance, on a party island we went to, Koh Phi Phi. I'll explain the rob part in a sec. But Koh Phi Phi Don, there was this party atmosphere, everyone was partying, it was a beautiful beach. And then I looked over and I noticed the locals were in communal tin shacks, showering, whilst people were there in their nice clubs, in their jungle bungalows, which was like heaven to the Thai people, because people were literally just living out of shacks, and I was just like, this is fucked up, this is not on, and this is backwards. There are a lot of things in Thailand that you're just like, what? It's a different culture, and it's all well and good saying, oh yeah, it's a different culture, but when you're actually in it, it's so different. But yeah, we went to a travel agents in Bangkok, and they are called Thai Travel. If you are ever in Bangkok, do not trust these robbing cunts. Excuse my French, but they fucking... ugh. Basically, we went to this place called Thai Travel, and there was this woman there called Mandy, who was just a creature. She was horrible. And they actually had a Kumantong shrine there, which is basically a black magic baby, which is a child, like fetus, basically, that has died through miscarriage. And people will keep the fetus and enshrine it in gold, and sort of sometimes they're put into a statue of like dolls and stuff, and they're fed offerings. And that about Thailand, like the spirit shrines, everything like that made me feel so much at home. And everything was alive in terms of spirits. It was like even the statues were like... to me, that's how I felt it was. But yeah, so we sat down with this woman called Mandy, and we wanted to go to Chiang Mai from Bangkok, and we said, well, we want to get a train to from Bangkok to Chiang Mai, and this bitch was trying to like organise our whole trip, like, right, you'll do this, you'll do elephant trekking, or I'm like, no, I don't want to fucking ride on elephants, I'll tell you why soon, but you know, we just want the train, and there were couples booking full packaged holidays, and basically she gave us this receipt and said, right, okay, you get the train, come back tomorrow at 12 and you'll have your train ticket. So tomorrow comes and we go at 12, and she says, right, they're not here, come back at 1, same thing, tickets not here yet, come back at 2, right, 2, come back at 3, come back at 4. Our train was at like 7, you had to be there 2 hours before. So we got there at 3:30 and we was like, where the fuck are our tickets, basically. We knew we'd been had over, but we also knew that you can't really start, like, it's never advisable to get into a fight with a Thai person, not that I would result to violence. But, you know, like, we was very careful about what we said to people, and some of the people in Thailand, like, the way they spoke to me, if it was back here in England, I'd fucking punch them. I really would. Like, some of the ways people spoke to me was so rude. So fucking rude. Beyond a limit rude. Anyway. And basically, we ended up... She said, right, okay, take this receipt, take it to booth 10 in the train station, get them to call me, and then you'll get your tickets. We knew we'd been fucked over. So we go to this train station, we go to booth 10, and there's this girl sat behind there, and we said, oh, we've been told to take this to booth 10, and she was like, like looking bewildered, like, car? Just like, what? You know, what are these English people talking about? And she took the receipt, and she rung up this Mandy, this woman, was chatting in Thai, she took the receipt and she went, right, come back, 20 minutes, you come back, go, 20 minutes. So as we was walking away, me and Josh looked at each other and was like, she's got the receipt. So anyway, 10 minutes passes and we was like, this is just wrong. And Josh was like, nah, we need to go back, like, I've got a bad feeling that something's not right. And I was like, yeah, it's not. He went back and went to the woman at booth 10 and basically said, where's our tickets? You know, you said to come back. She went, yeah, it's fine, I just need your receipt. And Josh was like, we gave you the receipt. She went, no, you didn't. He was like, no, we gave you the receipt. She was like, no, you didn't. He went, you put it in that drawer. It's in that drawer there. She went, no, it's not. He went, open it. She went, no. And we, you know, it was 35 quid each, so it's 70 quid, which is, it's money to us, but where we was at the time was like, that's a lot of money to that country, but we can live off a tenner a day, it's fine, you know, life goes on. But she was trying to make Josh angry, and we're looking around, and the police are looking in, holding these massive guns, walking around, like, walking up to us, and the atmosphere was fucking weird. Like, the atmosphere was so dodgy, and I was literally like, Josh, let's just go, like, this is odd. And he was like, yeah, this is weird. And we left, and we was so terrified. We was absolutely horrifically terrified, and we had to find another hotel, because the Thai travel fucking arseholes were right opposite our hotel, and so we kind of knew that if we went back to the hotel, the police would come, and it's really dodgy. So we had to basically, we had all our shit with us, so we went to Koh Sam Road, which is a travelling place, and we found a shit hotel, loud music, cockroaches in the bathroom, the toilet was horrific, and it was such a depressing night. I got an email through, I failed my level 3, and I was just like, this is horrible, this night is terrible. It was amazing because of what happened and the experience, but it was hard. And that night I had this point where I was like, I just want to go home now, and I missed England, I missed Britain so much. And a couple of days later I actually cried, because it's the 3rd time I've done my level 3 and I missed it by 2%. And the weirdest thing is, I've used magic, I've used magic 2 times. The first time, used magic and I failed, and I was like, what? Second time, used magic, failed, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? The 3rd time I was like, right, fuck you, I'm not using magic, I'll do this myself, you know. I don't know why. Everything else has been working, it's just that one spell for that one thing, and sometimes things aren't just meant to be, and I know that sounds very defeatist, but I've reached a point with my level 3 where I've nearly done it for half a year now, and travelling has made me realise that I'm not actually happy within my work. Currently that I'm doing. I'm not happy. I work for a company that has cut my hours, and so I have to work 2 jobs, and I end up working 10 to 10 some days, 12-hour days, and then have to come back and do revision. That's going to change. That is completely going to change, and I will work for myself, and I'm going to do it, and it's going to be fucking awesome. And travelling has made me realise that I've become one of those people that I hate the most. One of those people that go on autopilot and go down the road, and just head to work, sleep, shit, fart, fucking sex, bed, repeat, you know. And I hate that. I love food, bed and sex, don't get me wrong, but, you know, it's the mind frame. And I've realised that I've been put in that mind frame. And I've put a lot of things before myself, such as my work, such as my health, my sleep, my craft, and that has suffered greatly the past couple of months, and it's not fucking happening anymore. I am not fucking doing it. I keep saying fucking fuck a lot, but I'm done. I'm completely done. I am going to give it one more month. I'll do my level 3 because I hate quitting. I hate it. Even if it's something that I don't want to work in the company. I enjoy what I do. It's just a company I work for are very, very horrible. It's a fucked up company. It treats its employees like utter shit. They cut our hours. They're so corporate. It's just, I'm done. I'm done working for a corporate company. I'm so fucking done. And so yeah, I'm going to give it one more month and I'm going to give it a go, and if I pass, it's awesome, but I have to stay there till June because they've kind of paid for me to do the course. But if I fail, that's it, I'm gone. And even in June, I'm gone, and I'm setting up my own business, and as I've done that announcement before about doing my online shop, and it will happen, it just takes time. But yeah, and I will get this going. I'm going to get it rolling. I've come back from travelling very determined to do that. So yeah, there is going to be probably about 3 parts to this video. Stay tuned for magic mushrooms in Thailand.